Sticky toffee pudding. Do I need to say anything else? Sticky toffee pudding, that's right, it is my absolute favourite dessert. We're making a stout version. It's going to be absolutely delicious. It's going to have ginger in there, it's going to have the stout, it's going to have dates, it's going to be covered in a toffee coffee sauce.
What do you want, man?
Oh, it's probably worth noting, you do not need to make this recipe with stout. You can just substitute the stout for water and you've got a banging sticky toffee pudding. Without further ado, let's get straight into the recipe.
Snag yourself a large pan and throw in 400 grams of pitted dates. Seeing it's the holiday season, crack open a can for yourself to drink and then take another can, 440 millilitres of stout, and pour that over your dates. Place that on a medium to high heat and then bring that up to a simmer. Once simmering, you're going to throw in 2 teaspoons of bicarb and mix this vigorously. This is going to foam up a lot, so exercise with caution. After that, kill the heat and then you're going to mash this with a potato masher just to slightly break up the dates. Into that, you're going to go in with 100 grams of unsalted butter and you're going to mix that until everything is dissolved and emulsified. Quickly followed by 200 grams of muscovado sugar, 1 teaspoon of fine sea salt and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Give that all a good mix until everything is fully combined. After everything has come together, you're going to throw in 4 whole eggs, mixing until you have a nice smooth batter looking consistency. To that, you're going to add 270 grams of high quality plain flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Once again, mix until everything is nicely combined, then we're going to get on to cutting up our ginger. I'm using stem ginger in syrup. I'll link below the one that I am using. You're going to take 2 balls of the stem ginger and you want to dice this up as fine as you possibly can. The finer the better. Take your time doing this. The smaller the chunks, the more evenly it's going to distribute, and you don't want massive chunks of ginger when you're biting down on the sponge anyway. You're going to throw your diced ginger into the cake batter along with 2 tablespoons of the stem ginger syrup, and then you're going to mix that all up and throw that into a deep-sided baking tray that's been lined with grease-proof paper. Be sure to use a spatula to scrape around the sides of the pan. This stuff is a liquid gold cake batter. You do not want any of this to go to waste. Chuck that bad boy into an oven preheated to 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, lower the temperature to 150 and cook for a further 15 minutes. If you find the sponge has coloured on top but not quite finished cooking, just cover it in tin foil and cook for a further 15 minutes again, or until a knife comes out of the sponge nice and clean. Or cleanish, it's quite a moist sponge, so it doesn't need to be like completely clean. Time to make our coffee toffee sauce. This is really simple. Snag yourself a large pan, and then into that pan you're going to put 500 millilitres of double cream, 175 grams of muscovado sugar, 175 grams of unsalted butter that's been diced up, and optionally 2 shots of double espresso, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then you're going to put that onto a low to medium heat and bring that up to a boil. I had to change pans. You really do need enough room for this to bubble up. It will expand as it boils. We're basically going to take this to the consistency where if you dip a spoon into the mix and pull it out, it coats the back of the spoon nicely. You can take it thicker if you wish. Now it is time for us to portion the sponge. Remove it from your tin and then you're going to get roughly 10 to 12 portions, depending on the size that you want, out of this sponge. Cut them all up nice and evenly, and then it is just time to serve up your delicious, beautiful dessert. Super duper simple, guys. You're going to take a nice big portion of that sponge and place it in a bowl. On top of the sponge, you're going to put ice cream or clotted cream. I went for clotted cream because I love clotted cream. And then you're going to finish that by drizzling over that delicious coffee toffee sauce. Now, you can let the sponge and the sauce completely cool down and reheat this in the microwave. To do that, you just put your sponge in the bowl, a couple tablespoons of the sauce on top, microwave for 1.5 to 2 minutes. And then you're going to have exactly the same result that you got here. Just a little kind of pro tip, you are going to have leftovers of this recipe.
The stout sticky toffee pudding, there you have it. This looks incredible. That sponge was just so moist. Check that out, baby.
Oh, baby.
That sponge is absolutely unbelievable. It's so moist and rich and just, that is Moorish. It's not actually that sweet either, you know? considering all the sweet stuff that's kind of gone in here, that's amazing. Yeah, and the little bits of ginger through there, the little crunches of ginger. You've got some nice bits of dates that are still whole. You've got the stout just punching a nice flavour in there. Like I said, you don't need to add the stout. The cream adding richness, the coffee toffee sauce adding a whole other element. It just goes really nicely with the stout and everything. Oh man, that is unbelievably good. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. If you have, don't forget to drop a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you want me to make in the future. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the content and subscribe for future videos. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye-bye.